Welcome into Drew Daily Diamonds for Friday, April 11th, 2025. I am Drew Martin breaking down the MLB slate of games. We got a solid Friday night card for you. So let me know in the comments below where you agree, where you disagree. All is welcome. It helps grow the show. Smash that like button if you're liking the content. As we got first game up, 7:05 Eastern. We are heading to Baltimore, Maryland for the Toronto Blue Jays and the Baltimore Orioles. AL East division matchup. It's the top of the division versus the bottom of the division. And the first place team, the Blue Jays, Bowden Francis on the hill, up against Sugano for the O's. Looks to be about a pick 'em price tag. I'm looking to be on the Jays, guys. We get the 28-year-old out of JUCO, Francis on the hill. If you've been watching the show, we've been betting on him. 3 ERAs, 1-1 out the gate, solid season last year. But read some articles here to be looking to bet on him early in the season. I think this checks the box. Sugano going for the O's, kind of a tricky handicap himself. He's 35 years old, comes over for his first year from playing in Japan. He's a Japanese-born pitcher. And when you looked at some of his statistics over there in Japan, he didn't have a lot of strikeouts. His numbers overall were good. I just don't think it's going to translate all that well to Major League Baseball in his first year, not kind of getting enough strikeouts. Instead, guys, I think this Blue Jays lineup gets to him, listing Francis as the starter. We're on the Jays, pick 'em price over the Orioles to start off the Friday card. Same time, 7:05 Eastern for the next matchup. It's the Atlanta Braves, Tampa Bay Rays. Looks like Taj Bradley on the hill for the Rays. Still undecided for the Braves. However, we do have a line out. Pick 'em price tag, about -110. Rays is the slight home favorite, total of 8. If you kind of go to those sites where they project the starter, looks like either Scheuer or Bryce Elder for the Braves, both of them similar numbers, about 6 ERA. Instead, I like Bradley going for the Rays. I have him circled as bet on. This is a Rays team that all 5 of their wins are at home in a minor league ballpark. That's something to put in our back pocket with the Braves coming in town. And Bradley, the 24-year-old out of Stone Mountain, Georgia high school, he's pitching against his hometown team. He's a guy that throws 97, 98 miles per hour. He had a solid end of the season last year, decent numbers this year. 2 home runs last time out did hurt him. I don't think it happens again. Instead, guys, using this year's numbers, we get the better overall lineup, better against righties, and better bullpen. That's the Rays. Pick 'em price tag, -110. Tampa Bay Rays over the Atlanta Braves. Next one up, another top of the division versus bottom of the division here as we're heading out to the AL West on the night slate, the later night slate, 9:40 Eastern, 6:40 local time. It's Jacob deGrom going for the Rangers, Bryce Miller going for the Seattle Mariners. Total of 7, -120. That's Texas is the short road favorite. I like the Rangers here, guys. Listing Jacob deGrom as the starter, the 36-year-old out of Stetson, one of the better pitchers in Major League Baseball, in my opinion. 2 starts this year, 9-2 strikeout to walk ratio, 3.3 ERA, and the velocity is there. He's a guy you kind of worry a little bit about, injuries with his right arm, but still 97 miles per hour last time out. I'm looking to bet on him. Nothing against Bryce Miller. He is 0-2 with a 6 ERA. I think he will get better as the season goes on. But to this point, 13 hits, 5 walks, and 11 innings pitched against the Giants and the Athletics. Now going against the Rangers lineup. It's the top of the division here, guys. Only laying 20 cents with deGrom on the hill. Sign me up. Jacob deGrom and the Texas Rangers, -120 over the Seattle Mariners. Got 1 game left. Do have a question and answer session. Appreciate you guys asking some questions over the last week or so. A reminder, if you could comment below, all is welcome, guys. It helps the algorithm on YouTube. Smash that like button if you're liking the content. We also got premium picks up and available for this weekend. WagerTalk.com, experts page, Drew Martin. David Montgomery, VIP in the comments. Always appreciate you, David. He's saying he's starting MLB betting, just pizza money, not like college football or college basketball. We all got to start somewhere, David. But yesterday, he decided to go Toronto on the run line, +155, instead of what we actually talked about on the show, money line with Toronto, right around the pick 'em price tag. Which do I prefer? I tend to stay away from laying the run line, David. It's just when you lose by 1 run, on that run line, like the team you bet on only wins by 1 run, and they win the game, but you lose your bet, it tends to sting a little bit more. But if you're going to do it with the road team, not the home team. That's my advice for you. And do it when you're wanting to get that number down. Like if you're wanting to bet a minus 170 favorite and get it down, into the minus 120 range, something like that. Not like too much vigorish, if you will, which you also asked, does vigorish matter in MLB? Absolutely. Yes, it does. I mean, some guys in the comments say I bet too many dogs. It's because I don't want to lay a huge price tag. If you're laying minus 200 and you lose that game, you're losing, a $100 bettor is losing $200, not just $100. So keep that in mind if you're just getting started in MLB. But thank you for the question, David. We also had John asking, the Athletics are not Sacramento. They're not Las Vegas. They're not Oakland. They're just the Athletics playing in a minor league stadium. Do I like them to the over? Well, actually, John, I agree with you, man. It's kind of funny. When you do the research in Major League Baseball, all of these teams have a city or a region or a state and then the team name. The Athletics are just the Athletics, even on MLB.com. I find that funny. But yeah, playing in a minor league stadium, particularly in the summer when it heats up in Sacramento, gets a lot hotter in Sacramento than it does in Oakland. I think the ball is going to be flying out of there. But yes, I do have both the A's and the Rays circled when they're playing at home to kind of shade towards looking to bet the over. So great question, John. We also had Shane talking about venues here in college basketball. He brought up the Final Four and the national championship game were in the Alamo Dome. And, he was stating that it affects the depth perception. I agree with you, Shane. That's a great point. He bet the under in the national championship game, under 141 in Houston and Florida. And you won that bet if you bet the under. I think it was 63-61. So you won it by almost 20 points. Great bet there, Shane. And yeah, I agree with you. I mean, I guess it's something you can really only bet once or twice each year, because it really only happens in the Final Four, sometimes in the Sweet 16. So it's not something you can kind of always take advantage of. But yes, when it happens, I agree with you. Lean towards the under in those situations. SFC Beats in the house saying UFC, hitting some parlays. I'll tell you this, SFC, I like Michael Chandler. If you're into betting UFC on Saturday night, 130 plus 130, risk 100 to win 130. That's Michael Chandler over Patty Pimlet. I think Patty Pimlet's taking a step up in class. I think Michael Chandler gets him. So plus 130. Let me know if you like that one in the comments below. Last question here. Rowboat, this was on Twitter saying, do I recommend a site for bullpens? Well, yeah, absolutely, Rowboat. And there is a couple of them. I'll pull the one I usually look at, but really if you just Google MLB bullpen usage, a bunch of them will come up. I use RotoWire, and it kind of lists the last 6 or 7 days and the bullpen arms that have pitched. So you can kind of know who's available and who's not. If there's a bullpen arm that's pitched 3 straight days, they're likely not available that next day. Sometimes it's even 2 straight days. Or if they threw more than like 30 pitches in one just yesterday, they're probably not available the next day either. Like, unless it's like a huge game trying to get in the playoffs, something like that, if it's just a regular season game. But great question, Rowboat. So appreciate everybody's questions. We got one game left. Try to get under 10 minutes here, guys. So it's the last game on the card. Mets at the Athletics, not the Oakland Athletics, not the Las Vegas Athletics, not the Sacramento Athletics, even though they're playing in Sacramento. They're going with JP Sears on the hill, the lefty. He's up against Griffin Canning for the Mets. Mets minus 140, 9.5 being the total. I think it's a tough travel spot here for the Metropolitans. They were playing in New York. Now they're going out to Sacramento in a stadium they haven't played in just yet. And they're up against JP Sears, 29-year-old out of the Citadel. 2 starts this year, including one in Colorado. And he's gone 13 innings, only 5 earned runs, 9-2 strikeout to walk ratio with the velocity ticked up. I think he's going to have a pretty good start here. Griffin Canning, nothing against him with the Mets, but his velocity was down a tick. And if you look at kind of the lineups and what they've done the last week, the Athletics lineup top 5 in baseball, whereas the Mets bottom 10. I like the home dog barking here, guys, in the late night slate. We're going with the Athletics plus 120 over the Mets. In recap, we got the Texas Rangers minus 120 with Jacob deGrom on the hill. We got the Rays, Taj Bradley minus 110 over the Braves, and the Toronto Blue Jays, Bowden Francis, pick 'em price tag over the Baltimore Orioles. The Texas Rangers will be the best bet for the show. Guys, we'll be back tomorrow. Until then, smash that like button, comment below, cash those tickets. Enjoy the rest of your Friday. Thanks for tuning in.